You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Welcome to episode 304 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, it's Shawn and Leah back at you with another
Episode?
exciting episode.
Exciting episode, right. I'm sorry, I forgot the adjective.
That's okay, because it's exciting.
It's exciting.
And informative.
Absolutely.
And jam-packed with special goodness.
Always.
Yes,
Always.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of tired today.
You are tired today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this episode is called Keeping Up Appearances, because you've started making me watch, well, not making me, but you've been watching this British show.
Yes. Called Keeping Up Appearances.
Yes, and it's very strange.
Why is that?
Oh, it's very British.
It is very British.
It's very British.
Yes.
Let's tell the listeners what it's about.
So, the main character, her name is Hyacinth Bouquet. Bucket. Bouquet. And her husband, Richard. And
Poor suffering Richard.
Poor Richard. And Hyacinth is all about the appearances.
Yes.
She kind of takes it over the top a little bit.
I'd say she does.
Yeah.
Yes, she's always trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
And surpass them.
On a shoestring budget.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And in the latest few episodes, they live in the city, and they've purchased part of a mansion.
Yes.
A flat. Which is up, I don't know how many stairs, and it's really tiny, but she wants to say she lives in a mansion in the country.
Yes.
Even though it's just a small apartment.
Yes.
That they can't really fit inside.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the more funnier episodes, actually. It's pretty comical.
It has the similar humor to Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I would say so.
Similar but different.
Yeah, yes. I tried you on a couple of British shows, and you didn't seem to respond to any of them.
Was Call the Midwife a British show?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like the Call the Midwife.
Yeah, apparently not. That is one of my favorite shows ever.
Well, you're a nurse.
Well,
so
okay.
you like all that medical stuff.
Well, sure.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Is that why you like it?
No, I think I like the story of it. I like the period, the fact that it's set, a little bit
1957, I think it was.
Yeah, in history. And it was a time where, things were definitely different. If you wanted to be a midwife or a nurse or anything like that, you followed someone else around. And that's how you were sort of taught. It was more by trade. It wasn't really a formal thing too much. I mean, there was some formal education, but not a whole lot. So I liked it. I really enjoyed the stories.
Have you seen the whole series?
I've seen most of it. I would say most of it.
Yeah. The one episode I watched was enough for me.
Yeah, apparently.
I've never been a huge fan of period pieces per se. Mm-hmm.
Except for Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. and like hack and slash medieval times, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Or sci-fi stuff in the future.
Uh-huh.
But the 1800s and the 1900s, early 1900s, I never cared for that kind of stuff.
The thing, what amazes me about that though is you'll sit and watch history stuff, historical things.
Greeks and Romans and medieval and
sure,
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to medical history, you're
a
little EU on that one?
I'm not a big fan. Not
okay.
a big fan.
Okay.
No, but this keeping up appearances thing, I'm like, I don't want to watch another episode, but it keeps making me laugh.
It's quite funny.
It is.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I really do think, Hyacinth and her husband are the main characters, but you also have to think that Daisy and Onslow, who is her sister and brother-in-law are also part of the main cast because they're really funny as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody can stand her.
No.
And she makes a big production out of everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite characters, of course, is the mailman on the show.
Yes.
Because he can't even stand going to her house.
That's right.
He's hilarious.
It was really funny when he yelled in her door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because he knew she wasn't home.
Yeah.
So, what did he say?
Postman, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. We don't do that.
No, you don't do that?
No, we put the mail in the box and get the hell out of there.
What about, I've shown you some TikTok videos with the postman putting the mail in the slot, but there was a cat there that grabbed it. Have you experienced that? Animals?
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah.
Mostly it's dogs barking
Dogs.
at me and chasing me out of the yard or that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah. I started my new route today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Speaking of the mail.
All of us here in Sault Ste. Marie started our new routes. Our new paper routes.
Your new paper route?
That's what my brother Curtis would call it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're going to start your new paper route soon.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
like, yeah, sure, we'll call it that.
I think you're a little more better paid than a paper man. Paper boy, whatever.
Paper boy, yeah. I'm a glorified paper boy.
Paper carrier? Is that the new
Letter carrier. That's our official designation.
But I meant like somebody who actually delivers the newspaper.
I have no idea what they're called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not really paper boys, it's usually old men.
Well, I thought it was postal carrier, isn't it? Isn't your proper title a postal carrier?
No, letter carrier.
Letter carrier.
That's my position.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So,
now that we have the name correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So we started our new routes. None of us were happy. It was pure chaos at the depot.
Well, nobody likes change.
No. We didn't have our keys. We had a bunch of mail thrown at us. We'd never seen the cases before. Just here you go. Mm-hmm. Oh, and before they used to, after we put our mail in the bags to get sent out by the truck drivers to take it around the city, we used to have people coming to take our bags from us to give to the truck drivers. Now we have to take the bags ourselves over to the drop-off area.
So you have to deliver it.
Well,
to the drop-off area.
To the drop-off area in the depot. Yeah, before people just took our bags for us. But now we're doing more work.
Well, don't forget, they're probably, trying to get used to their new positions as well.
Everybody is.
Yeah, that's a learning curve for everyone.
I got to my last relay box, and there was no mailbag in there.
You're right. Yes, you were saying.
So nobody knows what happened to my last bundles of mail.
I'm sure it'll pop up.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
But it seems to have disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so this new route has about 150 more calls on it.
Okay.
A lot more stairs and a lot more hills.
Great.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's lovely.
Sounds like fun.
It's not.
Well, maybe you might, maybe we can get you some skates and you could skate up the hill and skate down the hill or maybe ski down the hill.
How about a go-go gadget helicopter?
There you go.
That might work better.
That might be all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Now I realize I'm not really complaining. I'm more observing the facts of the new situation. It sounds like complaining. And I was swearing quite a bit today.
I'm sure you were.
And we all were. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, it's going to take some getting used to. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Apparently mailmen don't like change.
Apparently not.
It's true. We just wanted to stay with our own roots, our old ones. Just keep going the way things were.
Yeah, obviously they changed it for a reason, though.
They do every 5 years or so, give or take.
Well, it's changed for a reason, and I'm sure they have their reasons. They just don't share them.
And they don't care what we think.
Not really.
Just get out there and do your friggin' job.
Well, I'm sure there are reasons for it. They just haven't shared them. That's all.
Well, it's supposed to be more efficient.
Well, maybe it will be once you get used to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there was one guy who was telling me about his new sorting case, and it's so messed up that you normally put your mail in the case, and each particular address has a slot.
All right.
But there's so much, what would you call it? So many houses or points of call on his case that he has to take the mail out, flip the address bar, and put more mail in it.
Right. That sounds frustrating.
He was not a happy camper.
I wouldn't think so.
No. So either they need to make bigger cases or stop giving us so much points of call. So many points of call.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, so not very many happy people today.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get used to it like we always do.
You will.
A couple weeks.
You'll get used to it, and then in 5 years, once you're finally used to it, you've got it all down pat, they'll change it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
The good thing is I probably only have to go through this 2 more times because I've got 13 years left till retirement.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it's not all bad. Only 13 more years.
You just got to keep telling yourself that. Only 13 more years.
That's
only 13 more years.
Or I need to win the lottery.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 What would you do if you won the lottery?
I would...
Would you retire?
I would definitely retire.
Yeah.
From the post office? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't give it a second thought.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we would go on some cruises and some fancy vacations.
But I'd have to get time off.
You'd retire too.
I would?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you wanted to.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Well, we'd be going on cruises and fancy vacations. And then we'd open up our own little business.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Where we could do our podcasts all the time.
All the time. Because we wouldn't have any schedules.
Right.
And bosses.
That's true.
We'd be our own bosses.
We'd be our own bosses.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing.
You know what else is amazing?
What?
This promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
Excellent.
Hi, this is Jim Adams from Monster Attack, inviting you to join us every Monday night at 5 o'clock for an all-new episode of Monster Attack. For the last 7 years, we've been talking about these wonderful movies that we grew up with as monster kids. So join us every Monday at 5 p.m. right here on the ESO Network.
What did you think of that promo?
That was fabulous.
Don't you want to go check out all the episodes of that show?
Every one of them.
I knew you would. Yeah. So we had an adventure this past weekend.
Yes, we had a small adventure.
Yes, a road trip.
Yeah.
Or what would you call it? A romantic getaway weekend to Saginaw, Michigan?
I don't think it was very romantic.
No, it wasn't.
No.
We did some Christmas shopping.
Yes, lots of Christmas shopping.
Yes. And we went antiquing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Hot Wheel hunting.
We always go Hot Wheel hunting because that's a requirement.
Of course.
And we found some.
You did find some. Yeah,
Yes.
2 or 3 bags full over there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to do with all these Hot Wheels.
I haven't figured that part out yet. But we went to Target's, and we went to Myers, and we went to Walmart's, and we went to Family Dollar.
And we went to a new store, Five Below.
Yes, Five Below, which is kind of a junk store. Just all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a Kohl's or a TJ Maxx or something like that. Although their prices were quite reasonable. I don't think there was anything under $5.55
I think you might be right.
or over $5.55. Sorry,
Something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
It was quite reasonably priced and decent stuff you wouldn't find anywhere else. So that's okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Oh, and both of us had our first experience at Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah,
What a junk pile there.
that was kind of scary.
We'd always heard of Burlington Coat Factory on the commercials when we were kids.
Yeah.
And so we finally found one. We went to one. It looked like a hurricane had gone through.
Yeah, it was very unorganized.
Discount warehouse. There was garbage everywhere.
Yeah, it was
Clothes
not
and toys and everything on the floor. It was a mess.
It really was, and it was not shoppable. Like nothing was organized well to be shoppable.
No.
It was just thrown everywhere.
And there were some coats.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really a coat factory.
No. I think they tried to get away from that a long time ago.
And they did, but not for the better.
No. Doesn't seem like it.
No.
It's much better.
It's not.
No.
We went to several antique stores. Lots of old stuff.
Lots of old stuff.
And you're a huge Disney fan. There was all kinds of Mickey Mouse.
There was definitely some Disney Americana that I really enjoyed. One thing we kept seeing everywhere was glasses.
Smurf glasses, cups,
Yeah.
glasses from the 80s.
Yeah, glassware. Lots of it.
Yeah, tons.
Tons.
Lots of McDonald's and Smurfs
Yep.
and some Disney.
Some Disney. Lots of Disney. A lot more than I probably would want because I have most of those already. So
But if you needed to start a collection, you could have.
very much so.
Yes.
I very much so could have started a collection.
I did pick up a few, I wouldn't call them antique, but vintage Hot Wheels.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You did.
I got I think a Corvette from 1977.
Yeah.
So that was neat.
Very neat.
A few other older things.
Absolutely.
But the main thing is I've decided to embark on a new phase of the hobby, I guess you could say.
I guess.
You know how I've been doing surveys?
Yes.
Well, I finally did enough surveys to cash in.
Yep.
And so I got myself an Amazon gift card.
Yep.
And I bought what do you call it? An airbrush.
An airbrush gun.
Yes. And some paints.
Yes.
And I'm going to start taking old Hot Wheels that are not in good shape, take them apart and sand them down and repaint them in my own style. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Should be interesting.
Yep.
I used to build model kits back in the day when I was a teenager, and I've never used an air gun, an airbrush gun, or whatever you call it. I don't even know what the proper terminology is.
I don't know. It's an airbrush thing. Device.
Yeah. Yes.
It's an airbrushing device.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now I have one.
Yes.
And the paint. Now I just need to set up a spot in order to do the things.
There's lots of room in the garage.
There is, but it's wintertime coming.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to figure something out.
You know what, though? The garage would actually be a really nice place in the summer. Spring, summer.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because it would be very, very well ventilated.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have to worry about that. The ventilation would be great.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've been watching several YouTube tutorials on how to take your cars apart and paint them and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. I remember back in the day when I built model kits, you're supposed to take your time and take a couple weeks and paint this and paint that.
Of course.
I used to do them within 2 days, and they always look like a disaster.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to try to be more deliberate.
Take your time?
Not perfect, but a little bit more intentional, I guess.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Okay. Well, I think that's definitely a hobby worth pursuing.
You think so?
Well, you've already got everything, and, you're kind of going to do it whether I approve or not, so...
Would you disapprove?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you can help.
Maybe I could.
Yeah.
Maybe I could. But, I have lots of hobbies on the go as well, and a few things, so it would be really nice for you to have a hobby as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Other than just collecting junk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I could modify
You're going to make junk.
I will make the junk.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then maybe you might see some of Sean's creations on his Etsy page.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
What is the Etsy page?
The Rusted Robot?
Rusted Robot Toys.
That's it. Rusted Robot Toys.
On Etsy.
On Etsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I almost forgot? I almost forgot to read the email we got from Bill Lamond.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that.
Okay.
He responds to our recent episode we did about Disney.
Oh, excellent.
He says, "Hi, Sean. I'm glad you two had fun at Disney. My family went once back in the 70s and beat the heat. What we did was drive maybe 15 or 20 minutes to the park, getting there when it opened. We stayed until around 11 a.m. for our hands stamped to return the same day at no additional charge, and drove back to the house where we were staying for lunch and a few hours of napping. We drove back to the park after an early dinner, getting to Disney by sunset. We avoided most of the heat and the crowds and got to enjoy the light displays. I don't know if Disney still does the hand stamping thing. That made all the difference." Actually, it's wristbands now.
Yes. Magic bands or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. As Disney wants people to enjoy the park and come back, it's in their best interest to let people beat the heat and reduce the crowd misery for people who put up with the hottest part of the day. I hope this helps. Thanks for being good company and stay safe. Bill Lamond.
So, there's a couple of things in there that I wanted to just address. First off, they attended what is called rope drop. And rope drop is in the morning. You get there right when the park opens so that you can enjoy everything. And do you remember when we were there at Magic Kingdom, we saw the opening ceremony?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, where all the characters came out of the castle, and they did a little musical number and welcomed us and said good morning and all of that. That was really, really fun.
It was.
So that's rope drop. And, going back and home and napping and whatnot, you can do that if you stay on property. So one of the Disney properties, you can take the bus back to your resort and have a little midday nap, a siesta, if you will.
That does sound like a good idea.
It is a great idea.
It was pretty freaking hot there.
Yeah, that was your main complaint, wasn't it? That it was really, really hot.
That was really the only complaint I had.
Really?
Well, that and too many people. Uh-huh. And all the walking.
Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did I have other complaints?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
How was the food?
It was good.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Mm-hmm. There was the other complaint. Expensive.
Yeah. Yes.
I felt sorry for you because you're used to walking every day with your job.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm used to walking in those parks. I'm used to doing all that, and I love it. And you seemed completely exhausted.
Because it was a different kind of walking. Mm-hmm. When I'm walking for work, I'm on a purpose. I've got a steady pace, and I'm going in and out of driveways and that kind of thing. This was a different kind of walking at the parks. So
you could go in and out of stores and stay at the same place. And the purpose was to get to a ride with air conditioning.
But I'm usually not encountering so many freaking people.
There was a lot of people. It was very
there was a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's not 90% humidity either, usually.
Yeah. So. We were told by a lot of people it was unusually hot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we went. Because for the preceding weeks, it wasn't that bad, apparently.
Yeah, apparently we brought the heat with us.
That's not a surprise.
Oh, guess not.
Yeah, no, of course. Because, that's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we had fun.
We did.
Yep. And we had fun this past weekend. Of course, we stopped at the Lindt store to pick up all kinds of chocolates.
Well, we can't not go to the Lindt store.
And the guy remembered us from a month before.
Yes, he did. That was amazing, actually.
Yeah. So that was cool.
So what's to come for us?
I don't know.
We have some secrets.
Do we?
That we're hiding from.
Are we hiding things?
We're hiding something.
Oh, we have some upcoming announcements in the near future.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's right.
We are hiding something.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I wonder what it could be.
I don't know.
It's a mystery.
It's
I guess
definitely a mystery.
The listeners will just have to stay tuned.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Those who want to hear about it definitely will have to stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. We still have some plans to, of course, we have to continue the Adventure Challenge.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we're going to have to do.
Exactly.
Hopefully starting this coming weekend, Friday.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. And we can take everybody along with us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for the Soulforge Facebook page.
And you never know, we might go live.
It's possible.
It's possible.
We have done so in the past.
We have.
And we may in the future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So they should like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I guess that's it?
I think so.
Okay. Well, listeners, this was just a fun update kind of thing, and what we're watching, what we're talking about, what we've been doing, and things to come, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, hope you take care of yourselves and each other, and remember, have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soulforge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soulforge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
Great-looking leather jackets cost a lot?
No, we got them at Burlington Coat Factory.
Those raincoats, those designer coats, that fur, expensive?
No, we got them at Burlington.
Those are terrific jackets. Let me guess.
Right, saved on them all at Burlington.
So you saved on all these coats and jackets at Burlington Coat Factory?
Burlington has more of these at the lowest prices than anybody.
That's why they call it Burlington Coat Factory.
It's America's #1 place to save on coats.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.